Welcome to the second Development Accelerator video in this Contentstack series. My name is James, and in this video I'd like to show you a brief overview demonstrating how the Development Accelerator can be integrated with Contentstack to really streamline your development practices. Contentstack is a headless CMS designed to manage, deliver and scale content across multiple channels. Unlike traditional CMS platforms that tightly couple the back and front end, Contentstack follows an API-first approach. The Development Accelerator can be run in many different guises, both as a console application and a command line application that can be run as part of your build process. It will also run on different operating systems, including Windows, Unix and Mac. In this instance, I am running it as a console application and will be demonstrating how the Development Accelerator can create YAML files that represent content types, global fields, taxonomies and terms, assets and their folders, and even entries, thus enabling you to source control your Contentstack items. There is also an extended function that allows you to sync those YAML files back to Contentstack to the branch of your choice. This video assumes you have some working knowledge of Contentstack. So with all that said, let's get into it. So firstly, I'm going to go in and show you the configuration, as it's very similar to what we had before, but slightly different. So we're going to hit G and go in. You can see we have the same settings for the Contentstack URL, authorization key and API key, but we have these additional settings here for turning on and off the serialization of assets and asset folders, entries, taxonomies and terms. Now these are kind of important because by default the tool will export content types and global fields, but you can also export taxonomies, terms, entries and assets. So let's go in here and actually turn on the assets as well. So I'm going to hit 4. I'm going to say yes, I want to turn the feature on, and now we can see that assets is now turned on. Let's come back out of here. And now let's serialize the main folder here. So we're going to hit 0, I'm going to go in. You can see we have a whole load more things now. We've got assets with all the different names here, we've got content types, folders, globals, taxonomies and terms. I'm going to get it to serialize out everything, so I'm just going to hit all here and press enter. And it's saying where do I want to put them, so this time I'm actually going to put it in temp folder. And 166 items were output. Simple as that. So now I'm going to bring over the folder where they were exported to, and you can see what's happened here is that we've got model generation folder, and we can see that we have all these folders that have been created underneath. So it uses the type and creates a folder to represent that type, and then puts in here all of the different YAML files that you need for each of those different types. So if we look at content type here, and let's just go and put it in the editor. Let's come over, so let's do it the other way. Let's bring it this way. So here you can see a YAML file representing this content type. So that's kind of the first part, which is how we can serialize the different items. We can also include the entries as well if you want, and actually serialize, physical instances of content types. Okay, so we have our items serialized to the disk and perhaps even in source control. But how do I now take those and serialize them or synchronize them back to a branch of our choice in Contentstack? Well, the tool offers two different ways to do it. First of all, we can use one of the pre-configured branches here. In this case, we've got personalization or main, or we can use this option here, synchronized Contentstack items. The difference is being that when we use one of the pre-configured branches, it assumes that that is the branch we want to target. But when we use synchronized Contentstack items, as I'm going to do here, we get an option to select from any of the branches that exist in Contentstack. And you can see here that I have two that are not configured in the system. So I'm going to select test. And it's remembered that we did an export previously, and it's giving us that root folder as an option to select. So I'm going to do that. And instantly we have a list of all of the serialized items that are underneath that root folder, and you can see there's quite a lot of them here. Okay, at this point I'm going to go and select a global type to synchronize back. Just something simple so we can see it appear. Maybe this login mechanism here. I'm just going to bring over the web page that has all of the global types listed. You can see that the login mechanism isn't here. Okay, so I'm just going to hit enter on this now, and it's gone. I'm going to bring back the global fields, and hopefully we can see that now we have it there. So here we go, there it is. And if I click into it, it's obviously a very simple, just a simple JSON login, but that's very simple. There's also some logging associated with the tool running this particular application or this particular function, and you can see here, here's one of the previous runs. So you'll get some messaging in here about the run starting and then trying to process the particular types that you've selected, and if it runs into any issues, they'll be logged here as well. Now it will try and find missing references and upload those as well, or at least that's a configuration option. You can turn that off so it just fails instantly. Now that's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed this two-part series on Contentstack serialization. Thank you.